in the bottom. So much better. All right, let's go ahead and move on to this next segment. We're going to do the top performers of the week. These are the guys who got it done on the field and helped their team come out with the wins. Did all of them come out with? I think they did. I would have to check that. But before we get into the top performers, let's get into these two top performers in the league. We had Rollo with 9 touchdowns, led the whole league in scoring as far as touchdowns is concerned. And then we had Team LAV'S scored 205 points this week. That's our two top performers in the league. Let's get to these top 5 performers on the field who helped their teams off to victories. We had number 5. We had London with 12 catches. Drake London with 12 catches, 154 yards, a touchdown.
London
he had 33 points.
Ass.
Yeah, he had 33 points for us for Swift. Helped set the tone. Yeah. For real. Then we had Lamar Jackson led his team with 348 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and helped contribute a 33-point performance on the fantasy field for his team. And then we had Joe Burrow, who showed his ass, 392 yards, 5 touchdowns with a 34.78 to help Rollo with the upset. Kirk Cousins had 509 yards.
Yes.
4 touchdowns.
Yes.
A 35 ball.
And he came through in the clutch for his team.
Yeah, he did.
Jeez.
Yeah, he did.
Fuck you, man. Chosen one. And then we had that boy Chase, Jamar. They can chase but can't catch him.
He went to the bank this week.
Well, he had 10 catches, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns, 43 big points to help his team secure the win. Who was the most impactful? I mean, to you, what number? Who had the most impressive week?
I go with Cousins. I take Cousins on that one, man. I take Cousins.
I would agree with that. I mean, but don't get me wrong. Burrow lost in overtime, and
I'm not speaking pure fantasy. I'm just talking about.
No, I'm not talking about fantasy. I'm telling. When I say this, I'm saying Kirk came through for his team and helped them win when it mattered. And I'm saying Burrow, he lost in overtime. And if he would have came through because they had the ball first,
I believe if he would have had a chance,
they had a chance. They missed the field goal, so it ain't so much that he lost. The field goal kicker missed the field goal.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's what
he did enough to win.
But I'm saying because of that happening, you know, he didn't win the game. So but his 5 TDs, that's a massive shit right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I still got to give it to Cousins though.
I mean, I got to give it to Cousins because Cousins
that's
won.
What give it to.
I got to give it to him because he won the game. I mean, shit. That nigga was playing big in the fourth.
Joe was.
Man, like shit.
Joe was.
I was like, that's the Kirk that everybody was expecting. That Atlanta, when they picked him up,
picked him up.
Yeah, they were like, why would they pick him up if they gonna still get Penix? Shit, because they trying to win now. You know, Penix is just a back pocket. Where if you get once Kirk is out the door, Penix is ready to go. He got London and he got other weapons, Pitts and shit. He got other weapons and shit that he can already roll in and already have ready to go. Shit, Atlanta know what they doing. Shit.
When I was up in the draft, after I drafted Cadillac, I had the choice to get Kirk Cousins or Baker Mayfield, and I thought I ain't know if Kirk Cousins was gonna be fully healthy. I thought that he might have some.
Because you thought because of that injury last year,
that Achilles. I ain't never really, I guess until now, when you got a Achilles back in the day, your shit was like over. Like it was like shit was
but
like
it's
over.
different now because you got to think about the sports medicine. You got to think about the Hey man, it's just everything is
better
advanced now.
doctors.
Yeah,
Better
everything's
doctors,
advanced
everything
now.
better.
Face.
Better training, better care.
Absolutely.
All that shit, yeah.
And you
Better
know what I'm saying?
treatment.
And they got a better way of taking care of their bodies now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sports medicine.
Yeah.
It done came a long way.
That boy Kirk Cousins, I have to agree with y'all that he had the most impressive day to me, just pure as a football player.
Yeah.
All right, shit. Well, let's go ahead and move into LAV's the top six. The top of the six. Let's go ahead and get into this shit right now. I know they want to know who I got on my list for number 6. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to this shit. He just tapped into the show. You can't spell win without the TWIN. And that's my nigga Mike Twin. I got him at my number 6 on my list. He's 3-2. He jumps the list to first and third based off his win and first and third's loss. First and third will fall off the list. We hope to see them back on the list, but we ain't talking about what's gonna happen in the future or what happened in the past. We're talking about right now, and then right now we got Mac Twin at number 6.
He deserves
On
it.
this list at number 5, we
Appreciated
got
them kids of mine.
they were number 6 last week. They moved up a spot. They had a very impressive win. We're talking about Team LAV. We have Team LAV at number 5 on the list. They have on a 4-game win streak. They lead their division. They
Deserving.
they have them favored in projections. I think they have number 2. If you go to the playoff rankings, they have them number 2. They are factoring the divisions and the playoff rankings. In case you don't know, every week if you go to the playoffs, you will see they have who is slotted to be the top 8. So we're at a point in the season where this shit is really counting. The divisions count heavy this week, but they will be more impactful next week. But for right now, we got LAV at number 5. At number 4, Juice moves up from 5 to 4. Juice is number 4 on our list this week. We got Juice, who's surging. They have a 4-game win streak. They move up a spot on LAV's the top of the 6 list. At number 3, we have North Dallas. North Dallas took a real hard breaking at the end, buzzer beating loss. It drops them to number 3 because they're no longer in sole possession of first place in the division. That belongs to another team on our list as we look at it on the app. They have Cash number 1 in their division. North Dallas doesn't fall too far, but they no longer are on top of the mountain. They are no longer the big goat holding down on the side of the mountain. They take a little fall. Number 3 on our list this week. We got number 2. We got Swift. Swift Dynasty moves up to number 2 on the list. They lead the division. They've led the division pretty much this whole year, I believe. I don't think anybody else have had kosher of the lead. But Swift moves up there at number 2 right now on our list. And then number 1, I'm sure you know about now. They have continued to do it week in and week out, over and over again. As Casual Team Cash, they rise to number 1 on Team LAV's list. They are atop of the mountain. We have a new number 1 this week. Like I said, it's Team Cash. At number 1, with number 2, we have Swift. At number 3, we have North Dallas. With number 4, we have Juice. Number 5, we have Team LAV. And number 6, we have my partner, Team Twin, Mac motherfucking Twin for the win. That's LAV's list for the week.
I agree with all that.
You agree with that, Twin?
I do. That's pretty much that's about as accurate as you can get.
I thought so. As I talked about it and I thought about it, well, I'm gonna let my kinfolk go because he may have a question for me that he want me to expound on. So what do you think about this them kids of mine? What you think about this, Bank?
Well, when I heard the list, I feel like you got all of the right players at the poker table, but I feel like they arranged wrong. So
why you say that, them kids of mine?
Well, I agree with Casual being number 1.
Okay, check.
I, I agree with Twin being number 6.
Okay, check.
Them
So
two
far, so good.
I agree with. And you had Juice at number
4.
that. See, this is where everything gets shaky for me. This is where everything gets shaky for me. For me, uh, uh, I, like North Dallas barely lost by 3 points.
But he
The
had no Dallas at 3, right? Or 2?
3.
he had him
3.
at 3. He had him at 3. I'm gonna say I'm gonna move North Dallas to number 2. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say because he been number 1 the whole season. He been doing his thing the whole season, and he lost by 3 points. Uh, and 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 on top of that, uh, uh, he's second in points in the whole league, behind only Casual. So that's why I would put him at number 2. He's still 4-1 with the loss, so he's still tied with Team LAV, tied with Swift. He tied with Juice. He tied with all of these teams 4-1. So that's not making like his when he lost that made him 3-2. Now he 4-1 like them too, and he barely lost by 3 points. So I drop him out of the slot, out of number 1, and put Casual at number 1. But I put him in number still at number just in number 2. And then at number 3, I gotta give it to Team LAV at number 3. That Team LAV on LAV'S list, he has them way down at number 5. I got them at number 3. They lead their division. They 4-1. They've won 4 games in a row.
That's a smart observation. That's legit. What you
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That's legit.
You know what I'm saying? They won 4 games in a row, and they lead Team Swift in total points on the season. Uh, uh, then after
I
that,
lead Swift in points too.
but yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. But Swift 4-1. So
Yeah.
so so then Swift come in next. I put him next because he lead his division. So I put him next at number 4, and then Juice come in at number 5. So I feel like he got the right players at the card table. He just got them arranged the wrong way. That's all.
And I can agree with you. Now that you just really explained it that way, okay, I see what you're saying, and
This is what I'm gonna say. Cash, we agree, is number 1. The difference between Swift and North at 2 and 3, to me, is the simple fact that Swift beat a team that was on this list. They beat a 3-1 team. North lost to a team that only had 1 win. It gave him the second win. So, that impacts, the severity of the loss. Why should he be below Swift when Swift was already 3 for 2 weeks in a row? You know what I'm saying? They had an impressive win. North Dallas had a heartbreaking loss. You can't fall from 1 to 2 with that type of loss, losing to a team who only had 1 victory. And I'm not knocking it, but that's why they're at 3 to me. The reason why Juice is above LAV'S because Juice was above LAV last week, and they won 4 games in a row, just like Team LAV won 4 games in a row. You feel what I'm saying? I don't feel right me jumping them because I scored 200 points. I still only beat a team that don't have 1 win.
So
So,
what?
you know what I'm saying? Juice had a more competitive victory, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm glad
I
you
would have to
brought
go back
it
and
up.
check that, but Juice was still in front of Team LAV, so that's why I feel like they right there. And North at 3, Juice at 4, LAV at 5. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I appreciate that what you're giving me because I am a division leader. Cash is a division leader. Swift is a division leader. If anything, I should probably say I'm at 3 because I do lead my division. But the 2 teams in front of me, one was number 1 and one was in front of me, and they won. And I played them this
But
week. So
that's
if
what
I'm indeed,
I put you
if
at
I'm
3.
indeed
That's
better
what I
than
put you
Juice,
at 3.
if I am better than Juice, then we will show it on the field in my next upcoming matchup, and there won't be no argument going forward. But right now they're in front of me. I can't logically put
Right.
myself just in front of them. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
We got to do it on the field.
you got to always do it on the field. But what I'm saying is this right here. You're right about bringing up something earlier, and I had forgot to even add that to the pot. Yeah, you did just go 204 points this week. So when you add that on top of you leading your division, yeah, I think I give you the number 3 position. So I mean, but it's not my list. It's LAV's.
LAV's list.
You know,
it's not your miss list or this list
and
or that
and
list.
you could tell LAV looking deep into it. So
yeah,
that's why
I
I
mean,
say
I'm not gonna just, I'm hard on my team like I am my son. I see the inside what nobody else see. They see the outside. You see the outside. If we indeed are supposed to be number 2 or even higher on the list, we got the games coming up that's gonna help us continue to climb. And we're gonna do it organically. We're gonna do it on the field. If not, then we don't deserve to be on the list. You know what I'm saying? All these other teams was already ahead of us to begin with. Now he think I should have been on the list weeks ago. If you had him tell it, higher. When I barely put myself, he thought I should have been higher then, and then the week before then I should have been on there. But we on the list. We number 5. We okay. Number 5. We making way up. We got one team on the list that beat us. We have the other teams on the list that we face going forward. And with that being said, we're gonna see what to do. All right, well shit.
Top is so much better than the bottom. So much better.